Operation Husky would be the Allied attempt to seize the island of Sicily and force the Nazi and Italian forces to retreat back to mainland Europe. For the invasion of the island, the Allies decided to use the untested and experimental U.S. Army Airborne Forces. The airborne unit in question was the 505th Parachute Infantry Regiment, under the command of Colonel James M. Gavin. The 505th were about to face the hardened members of the Hermann Göring Panzer Division in what would become one of the most important and bloodiest battles in airborne history, Piazza Ridge. This landmark on the southern coast of Sicily became the crucible in which the 505th PIR would prove itself to become one of the most storied and successful regiments in United States Army history. Parachuting in the dark of night, troops were scattered all over the island, making the tasks of regrouping and taking their objectives extremely difficult. Once a sizable force of the 3rd Battalion of the 505th assembled, they moved to take and hold their objective on the Piazza Ridge. This was a crucial high point that must be held in order for the veteran 1st Infantry Division to advance off the beaches near Gela. Having only a few short hours to prepare their defenses on the ridge, the paratroopers scrambled to dig into the extremely hard earth. Some resorted to using their helmets to break up the tough clay so they could have a shallow ditch that may only provide minimal protection. The German attack was fierce. For many paratroopers, it was total carnage. Private Richard Pat Reed, a bazooka team member from H Company of the 505th PIR, along with his teammate, Private James J.D. Long, witnessed this carnage.
J.D. and I were together. He was packing a bazooka. We spotted a German tank, and believing everything you were told in training, we thought we'd be able to disable the tank with the equipment we were carrying. As we were running towards the tank, the turret swung around and they fired at J.D. They hit him dead center. They then started turning the turret in my direction. I dove behind a tree. When they fired, they hit the tree about 3 feet above the ground, cutting it completely in two. The next thing I remember is trying to stop the flow of blood from my right arm or shoulder. I couldn't do it. So I thought it was best if I could get to the aid station on my own.
The airborne stood firm and held the ridge. They destroyed several tanks and even managed to capture a Tiger tank. The Battle of Piazza Ridge taught the airborne many lessons, and to some, the airborne operations were seen as a failure. General Patton vouched for the airborne after Sicily, as he saw the impact they made during the invasion of the island. This crucible in the Mediterranean brought combat experience that would lay the groundwork for the airborne's legendary actions in Italy, France, Belgium, and Germany.